Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and I'm so excited for today's video. I wanted to do something that was really chill, just really like sit down and hang out kind of vibe. And for today, I have on like little to no makeup. It's like a dreary day outside. I'm having some back spasms, and I was like, what can we talk about that is so damn happy? And I have settled on freaking perfumes. So I wanted to sit down with you guys and talk about my favorite perfumes of all time, because these are ones that I reach for on the daily. I love them so much. There are so many here, and I really do love like just a fun array of perfumes, and I thought it would just be kind of fun. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I suck at describing perfumes, like the notes, the undertones, the oh, you really pick up on that jasmine. Like, I suck at that. So it'll be a lot of me going, oh my god, because I just love perfumes, and I thought it would be kind of fun. And I think it's cool too, because if you see a couple in here that you really gravitate towards, you'll know kind of what my vibe is, and then it'll help you kind of with your vibe, and at the very least it'll give you something to huff and puff on next time you go to the mall or Ulta. So let's go ahead and jump in, and some of these I actually have like fun cute little stories with, so let's just jump into these and like have a good old time. Now there's so many perfumes, I like can't fit them on my vanity, and it's causing a problem. So excuse me sir, beep beep coming through. So the first one I'm gonna get started with is one that I am absolutely obsessed with. This is the Clinique Happy, and I really did not love this at first, but you guys, this has become one of my all-time favorite scents from them. I love it so much, and you know what would be actually really helpful is if I look up these online, and then I can tell you the undertones and stuff like that. See? I got you. I know what I'm doing. So on the Ulta website, this one is described as a hint of citrus, a wealth of flowers, a mix of emotions. It is, I just love how they describe stuff like this. Like, what? But this is their best-selling fragrance from Clinique, and the top note is ruby red grapefruit, the heart of it is bergamot, and the base is Hawaiian wedding flower and a spring mimosa. Please tell me how I would describe, how am I supposed to be able to tell you that? Like, no, that's why I'm reading it to you. Now this is the 1.7 ounce, I believe, yes, and this is $52. So they are a little on the pricier side. A lot of these are, but I do have ones that are more expensive. And the reason that I love this Clinique one so much, honestly, for me, it's just so floral and summer. Like, I wear this in the summer. 2 squirts will go a long way. This is not a perfume that you need a lot of, so it does last very nicely. And the reason I love this so much is that it doesn't wear off your clothes. It doesn't wear off during the day, to the point where if I squirt this on, like right now, if I had a sweater on or a hoodie or something, and I were to give myself a couple sprays, go throughout the day, take the hoodie off at the end of the day, pick it up in a week, and I can still smell this on the clothes, and it smells so good. And the way that this fragrance wears on my clothing, and the way that this fragrance wears on my clothing is just so freaking nice. It never is too much. It's never stagnant. Some perfumes, you spray them, and then later on, like a week later, you pick up that hoodie, and you're like, oh God, what perfume was I wearing? That smells kind of funny. And this just maintains this beautiful, sweet, but not overly done smell, and it's just so amazing. Such a winner for me for the summer. Again, this is actually my second bottle. I've purchased it twice, and I love this so much. I highly recommend it. And I don't even use rollerballs all that often, and I actually had that in a rollerball for a trip that I took because I had to take it with me. I loved it that much. Now this next one is a frickin' perfume all its own. This is Givenchy Hot Couture, and yet again from Ulta. A lot of these are from Ulta because hello, points. And this is also 1.7 ounces. It is $76, but it's Givenchy, so like, what did we expect? And this one is unlike any other smell to me. The top fragrance, it says, is raspberry nectar. Middle is magnolia and transparent jasmine. If it's transparent, can you even smell it? That's my real question. And then the base is amber vetiver. I don't know what any of that means. It says that it is based on the notes of magnolia and amber. It's a glorious yet sophisticated fragrance, and it's basically, here's my thing with this one. This is where spicy, hot, and sweet all come together. This is the only perfume of its kind that I like. I have never smelled another perfume that is like this that I've ever loved. I gravitate more towards like a sweeter smell. Every once in a while, I drift a little over toward like a more intense, robust smell. But for me, this is literally as far as it goes, and there's no way to describe it other than to say it is a sweet, spicy smell. And what I love about this one, very similar to the Clinique one, that's why I put them together, the smell of this one is so aromatic that you don't need a lot of it. So it is expensive, but it does also last a really nice long time, which is great. What I find with this one is the way that it wears throughout the day wears a little bit more on the sweet side. So if you don't like that spicier kind of smell that this one carries, once you spray it and it kind of wears throughout the day, that does start to dissipate and you're left with just a nice, almost sweeter smell more than anything, which is really, really nice. And I found I've sprayed this on multiple people and I feel like it just wears really nicely on a multitude of skin types and pheromones and that kind of thing. The one thing to remember with perfumes, no matter what you're looking at or what you're planning on buying, is that perfumes are one of those things that interact very intensely with our body, with our smells and our chemistry. So some perfumes that smell really sweet on me might smell really musky on somebody else just because their pheromones and their sweat and their whatever, their hormones, just in general, their body type might just jive differently. And there's a lot of like science and smell and, you know, like smell stuff that goes into this that I don't know anything about. But these are just ones that I find they last so well on me that I'm like, how can I not share them? So let's dive into, I know which one I'm gonna do next. This one needs no introduction. This is Juicy Couture. Now it is Viva La Juicy. It is the like Mac Daddy of all their fragrances. And the Viva La Juicy scent is so freaking amazing. I do also have the Rosé scent. I also have, I think, another one from them. I love Juicy Couture, but Viva La Juicy is the almighty when it comes to, like, look at it. This looks like the Grand Poobah. It is the Grand Poobah. Oh my God. This reminds me of being 22 and going to the mall and smelling like the most bougie rich bitch that I've ever smelled like. Now, this is, which ounce is this? This is the 3.4 and it is $98. This is the biggest one you can get. And it says that the top notes are wild berries and mandarin, followed by honeysuckle, gardenia, and jasmine with a base of amber, vanilla, sandalwood, and praline. Now, what I will say about this is that in the base, it says amber, vanilla, sandalwood, da-da-da-da. The only one of those base smells that you even slightly pick up on is the vanilla. There isn't a lot of the sandalwood, the jasmine. I feel like those are what kind of elevate. They're more like building blocks for the sweet smells, but you don't really pick up on them, which is why I love this so much. But the mandarin and the honeysuckle and the gardenia, those three come together to make a smell that is honestly like a cult. This is a cult classic smell. And if you are looking out of all the perfumes in here that I'm talking about, if I had to recommend that you check out one smell, it would be this one if you have not smelled it, because this to me is where luxury meets the way that you want to feel as a person. We all know, like walking through the mall, we all know that feeling, right? Where you look over and you're like, oh, Abercrombie, that's for the pretty people. Oh, this bougie ass like Coach store, like, oh, that's for the okay. And like we always not sometimes, we always want to feel that level of like sophistication, that level of like I belong there. And I've always felt like when I wear this, I belong there. That's that smell. And I am absolutely obsessed with it. And this actually has a funny story. So I've been wearing this perfume, oh my God, for years, literally years. Like I'm 28 and I started wearing it right around the time I was probably 21-ish, 21, 22, right in that area. And so for me, I've worn this around a lot of my friends. And I used to because I was in my car. I was always gone. I was literally never home, which is so opposite from my life now, but I was never home. And so I always had a bottle of this in the car door that I would just like spray on myself before I went in. And I remember I went to a Bible study and one of my friends hugs me and she goes, oh my God, Paige, you smell like sex. Oh yeah. And it was so funny because I was like, yeah, and yes, it was like a Bible study, but like it was just so funny. And we were outside and I just started dying laughing because I'm like, yep, I do. And that's what it does. Like it makes you feel like, yep, I am good. I am hot. I am spicy. I am sexy. And I am here to live my best life. Like there are no words. There's no words for Juicy Couture. And fun fact, what I love about this one, I mean, some of these are pretty, but Juicy Couture looks like the baddest bitch at the ball. Like she looks bougie. She got a bow. She got this cute little blingy situation, this beautiful front, and just overall like the presentation of this bottle is absolutely perfect. Again, I know it's expensive and I know that to some extent you are paying for the level of bouge-tastic that you're purchasing, but like the whole scene with this one really, really matches. You look like you're getting expense. It looks expensive. The whole thing is just, it is unmatched. And like, this is probably my third bottle and you can see it's almost gone. I've bought it that many times in my life. It's life-changing. So next up, you guys, I have a perfume that I've been using for probably the better part of a year now, and this is such an interesting perfume. This is the Atelier Cologne in Clementine, California. This is the 100 milliliter bottle, and it is $135. I know, it is so expensive. Now, I do have another perfume from Atelier Cologne. I think that their colognes are very rich and they're very sophisticated scents, but this one is by far my favorite out of all the ones that I have smelled. And again, I even own another one, but she's not in this video because this is the star. Clementine, California the best way to describe it is orange spice. It has a very orange citrus undertone, but a lot more spice that matches it. Like, they're very equal parts, but I mean, for my nose, I pick up the sweetness more because that's kind of what I gravitate toward. But what I love more than anything about this is the sophisticated factor. This is what, like, if you don't want to feel like I'm a badass luxury bitch, you just want to feel like a sophisticated kind of person, this is how that one works on me. I had like a business meeting that was very high end last year. This is what I wore to that. I wanted to feel sophisticated. I didn't want to feel musky. I didn't want to feel staunch. I didn't want to feel too sweet. I just wanted to feel sophisticated, and just honestly, like one, maybe two squirts of this dissipates. Like, this is the kind of perfume for me I actually spray in front of me and then walk into, which I know that that's like how you're supposed to apply all perfumes. I don't. Some of them I'm just like, yeah, and I just really get them going good, you know? But this is one of those perfumes for me that I put on, and I love the sophisticated vibe that it gives. And I'm on their website right now, and it doesn't give any kind of, like, you know, top note, middle note, anything like that. But it says that it is a sunny composition built around clementine from Italy, fruity, green, and sweet. The star ingredients are clementine from Italy, star anise from China, and vetiver from Haiti. And that's all it says. Like, and then it talks about like how they make it and how it's made of renewable, natural stuff and whatever. But as far as the notes on this, it doesn't give you much to that. But yeah, honestly, it's a lot, very orange, but with like a spice undertone. It's not a musky undertone. And when I first purchased it, I was like, oh fuck, it's got musk in it. But it's not that. It's just more spice than anything. And I think that that's where the anise comes in. It doesn't smell like licorice or anything like that, but you can tell that it's got like that kind of earthy smell to it. And overall, like, as a smell like this, like as sophisticated, this is what I would say is my most sophisticated perfume, if that helps. I don't know. See, some of you out there are going to get me. Like, I pair perfumes with my mood. Like, do I feel sassy? Am I feeling beachy? Am I feeling bougie? And that's kind of how I pick my perfume. So that's why I keep giving you the attitude with it. And if you don't get it, then, you know, I'm sorry, but it's just the way that I work. Okay, you guys, so next up we have one that I have worn so many times, and when I went to repurchase it this last time, they actually only had the little bottle, which is why I purchased this cute little nugget of Prada Candy. This is the 1 fluid ounce, and it is $72, which is ridiculously expensive. I know, again, from Ulta, but Prada is just like, this scent for me is so iconic, like, there are no words. Now, under the notes of this is like my favorite part of this whole thing. The top note for this is described on their website as seductive, joyful carefreeness, explosion of caramel. The heart is a powdery sophistication, cocktail of musks, and the base is vanilla sensuality with benjoin overdose. Benjoin? I'm going with benjoin because it sounds really bougie. And here's my thing. That is, first of all, hilarious. Like, I'm a carefree cocktail of musks. Like, who says that? But seriously, to me, this is, you can definitely smell caramel, but it's like a fruity caramel. They took the smell of like, ooh, I love a carameled apple or whatever, and they took like that smell, they amped it up and threw in some sweetness with some slight like floral and like whimsical smell to it. And it smells so good. Now this, my God, it smells good. I can't stop. You guys, I'm a perfume junkie, if you can't tell. For me, the thing about this one, and I've mentioned this with a couple other sprays and how they like wear on your clothing, I don't find that this one wears as well on my clothing. I will actually wear this on days, you know how when you go to like the doctors and stuff, you're not supposed to wear like perfume to the doctors and stuff. Well, if I have an appointment at like, you know, near the end of the day, like 2 o'clock or something, I'll actually wear this, because this, by the end of the day, you can't hardly smell it on me at all. The fragrance is gone, and I know it's not going to like interact or get me in any trouble at the doctor's office. Whereas if I wear like Clinique Happy or one of those, I know that those will still be on me, and they're going to be like, ma'am, you weren't supposed to wear fragrance. And I'm like, oh God, sorry. But I'm not going to go through my whole day wearing no freaking perfume. Like, that just can't happen. So I wear one like this that's just a lot. It smells great for the first part of the day, but for me, it does kind of wear off, which again, it does have its place in my collection because A, I love the smell. It doesn't remind me of like any particular mood. Just a day where it's like really chill vibes. I don't need to smell great for a long time. I don't need to have any particular feeling to me. Just like a really nice chill kind of day. Maybe I'm going out with friends. Maybe I'm just like hanging out or doing some light shopping. This is the perfume for that. It doesn't make me feel any certain way, but it is my favorite like shorter lasting fragrance. And I know a lot of people say like, oh, there's no reason to have a perfume like that, but I do feel like there's a time and a purpose for every type of perfume, which is probably how I've accumulated so many. So let's just move on to the next one. Okay guys, so this next one, this is Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream, but in the flavor Kiss. Now there is a blue one that's super popular. I did have that one as well. Used it all up about probably like a year, maybe 8 months to a year ago, and then purchased this one from Ulta because I fell in love with it and I wanted to just try something different. But his whole like Daisy Dream line, Marc Jacobs killed it with this line. Like I love it. Now this is 1.7 ounces. It is $80, but it is not available on the Ulta website. I am reading my description from there, but it does say it's not available. You can find it on like 1,000 other places, fragrance.net, stuff like that. Just as a side note as well, this video is not sponsored by Ulta nor fragrance.net or any other place like that. It is not sponsored at all. However, if I could get a fragrance endorsement, that would be my dream job. So let me know. But other than that, today it is not. I'm just telling you guys my honest faves. So the description of this, which again, like I said, you can pick this up at other places. That's why I'm still telling you about it. It's not something that's like totally sold out. It says that the top is black currant, the mid is jasmine petals, and the base is cedar wood. And what I love about this is that it is such a nice combination of jasmine, but a very sweet form of jasmine, and that cedar wood doesn't smell like cedar. It doesn't smell like robust. It doesn't smell woodsy. It doesn't smell anything like intense, but it pushes up the flavor of that currant and that jasmine that they mix together, and it makes like a really nice, very sweet, very sweet perfume, but sweet, earthy flavor. And one of the reasons I think that this is such a magical freaking perfume, if I'm being 1,000% honest with you, I love this for how it smells on my clothing. And I know that that sounds really weird, but the smell of this is so, like, it makes my senses tingle when I smell it on my shirt. Like, I just get so excited and invigorated and rejuvenated. And it honestly makes me think of like I'm going on a road trip. It has like a fresh undertone to it, but that's still berry, still has that jasmine, still has that earth flavor. I just feel like it's such a grounding perfume. And later on, like during the day, whatever, if I like lift up my shirt and I'm just like, and I just smell it and I just give myself like a big old whiff, which I do quite frequently. If you're a perfume lover, you know the drill. Like sometimes you just got to really get in there and really smell yourself. And this is one of those perfumes for me that like you just can't go wrong, and I love the presentation of it. I love like the top, the lid, the bottom, like just overall this for me is also a showpiece. And fun fact, if you're a crafter, like what a cute little doorknob would that make? Like if you wanted to just like pop it on one and then use it for something like, or maybe like a lid for a jar, like this would be so easy to repurpose. And y'all know I love to repurpose, but overall this is such a good smell. Or you can go again in store to Ulta and you can check out the Marc Jacobs. Their regular Daisy Dream, the blue one, does smell absolutely incredible as well. They are on the pricier side, but the feeling, that invigorated feeling, like, girl, yes. And the packaging on this, you guys, it just looks so beautiful. It's like an oblong cut, kind of diamond style cut with literally a little chunk that's supposed to look like bamboo for a little lid. Like, come on. You can't get any better than that. Like, the packaging on this is just so sophisticated. And the bottle, honestly, is like a paperweight. It's fantastic. Now, in the description, it says that the top notes are Sicilian bergamot, orange blossom, pear, mandarin essence. The heart of it is Casablanca lily, Lang Lang extra, Camaros, my phone just like cut out, Sambac jasmine petals, and then for the base of ambergris, sandalwood, Tahitian vanilla, and white musky notes. So here's my thing with this. I don't know what my phone just did. It just started like shaking on the screen. That's great. There's like a cyborg watching me. Wonderful. But I love this because the that citrus feel really mixes with the musk, and those are the only two flavors that I pull out of this, but it's only like a 1% musk. It's not enough where I'm like, oh God, it's a musk. I do not, by default, like musk scents. I've never been a big fan. I don't know. They don't wear well on me. They make me smell like an actual dude, and I'm not living for that. But this one is where citrus and that mandarin really come through. There's a light scent of flower in here, like that lily situation that they were talking about. And as far as all the rest, I'm just like, those are all just words. For me, it's just more citrus mixed with that earthy kind of vibe to it. And when I love to wear this one, is an everyday perfume that I don't want to smell sweet. There are some days that honestly the thought of a sweet perfume, and it's all my tumor, I know it's all like hormonal, it's all just like, oh my brain's having like a different opinion today. And some days I just can't do sweet smells. Some days they're too much for me, it's not happening. And this is every day. This is how I want to smell. This isn't just sophisticated. It isn't just sweet. It isn't just this or that. It's like literally 6 of the opinions and the feelings and the personas of those other perfumes all put into one. It gives you that earthy flavor. It gives me a level of sophistication, a level of everyday, not too bougie, but still well put together. Like, it just gives me all these different feelings all in one. And I love this. This is such a like iconic perfume. I know so many people love this. If you are in the market for one, I do definitely recommend giving this one a sniff. There's some of these obviously that I would recommend over others, but this is like one of the grand poobahs, if you will. Like, this is right up there with Juicy Couture and another one I'm going to tell you about here in a second. But just so good, so iconic, and everyone loves it for a reason because it's amazing. Now this next one, for some reason, I haven't been seeing around a lot. I don't know if it's more like a Nordstrom Macy's kind of thing, but this is the Coach Poppy. This is the original Coach Poppy. This is not like Coach Poppy Dandelion, Coach Poppy Flower, Coach Poppy Stupid. This is Coach Poppy. This came out probably 6-ish years ago. I have bought this perfume twice now, and you guys, if I'm just 100 with you, this is an iconic scent for me. This and the Juicy Couture I started wearing around the same time. They both represent such a turning point in my life that for me to smell this, it's almost more mesmerizing, and it just takes me back to a place. And I wear this perfume when I have to remember a different time. And I don't know if that makes sense, or like, do you guys have a perfume that you wear when you're like, oh, it reminds me of my wedding day. Like, I need to go back to that place. I need to feel that again. And when I wear Juicy Couture and this one, that is what they do to me. They take me to a place where I'm in the mall with my friends, where I'm rediscovering what it means to like be a young woman, where I'm learning that it's okay to like be myself and be different. Because up until I discovered like these perfumes, these 2 scents in particular, and I started to evolve during that period of my life, I was so different. I was afraid of everything. I was so like encapsulated, is that the right word, in myself, in my persona, in being a plain person. And I was always so outgoing and so boisterous and so like fun, but I would never let myself be that way. I would only do it for someone. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. I would be outgoing for drama. I would be a good listener. I would stick up for my friends, but I would always do it for the purpose of something instead of just living that truth in my life. And it took me so long to realize that it was okay to just be that person. And those are the 2 smells that I associate with that. That's why it's so special to me. But anyways, Coach Poppy is such an amazing, clean, also very sophisticated smell. And I'm reading this off of the Kohl's website, which again, it's the first place I found that popped up. It used to be sold at Ulta, I thought, but it's not there now. So, it says in their fragrance notes, it says cucumber flower petals, mandarin, baby freesia buds, jasmine, pink water lily, southern gardenia, rose petals, creme brulee, accord, cedar wood, bleached sandalwood, vanilla, and whipped marshmallows. And everything but the kitchen sink. And for me, I definitely do pick up a little bit on like that sandalwood, a little bit on like that earthy undertone. But more than anything, I just love the way that the citrus and the flower combined on this one. It is unlike any other smell I've ever had. Sometimes I'll say like, oh, this one had a sweet citrus, or this one had like a sweet undertone of this. And I think that you can always go that route and you can explain things in that way. And I like to explain them with elevated amounts of citrus or sweetness or earthy smells, or, you know, something to that effect. But this for me is where the floral, the citrus, and the earth, they just come together in like equal parts. And you do end up with a smell that at first you're like, oh, it's nice and sweet. But then when you spray it on, you're like, whoa, where did that earthy, where did that sandalwood come from? Whoa, where did that whatever come from? And it just kind of evolves as you wear it. This is such a unique perfume for me. It never stays the same way on me twice. One day I'll put it on and I'll smell more of like the citrus side. One day I'll put it on, I'll smell a little bit more flower than citrus. And then another day I'll put it on and I'll be like, wow, this smells very like sandalwood, very earthy, very, you know, very that sense. And I just love that this continues to evolve. And no matter what, I had to put it in here because not only is it just such an iconic fragrance, but again, it just takes me back to like being like my coming of age and becoming the person that you guys see. Like the girl that wore this, the girl that fell in love with this was the girl so many years ago that never would have sat down in front of a camera, and I never would have sat here and talked to you guys about anything in my life because I would not have thought anyone would care, and I wouldn't want to put myself out there like that, and I wouldn't have thought I had any like special merit. And so when I smell this, I know it doesn't help describe it at all, but this perfume reminds me that I have merit, and so I had to put it in here. Now this next one, it might be a slightly unpopular opinion, but this is KKW Body, and I love this. Okay, I know, yes, it's her body, yes, it has an ass and boobs, okay, yes, I get it. Is it a little bit unnecessary? Sure. But is it something different? I fell for the packaging on this because I was like, it's different. It's something so unique. And honestly, I love the smell of this. I have worn this. When I first got this perfume, I wore nothing else for like a week. I was so obsessed with it. I love the smell, and it is $60 for this right here. It comes in one size, obviously. And in the description of her, on her website, which is obviously where you get this, kkwfragrance.com, it does have like all these fancy ass words. It's like, oh, it's bergamot and da-da-da. But basically, there's bergamot, mandarin, rose, peach nectar for the top notes. The middle notes are lang lang, rose, turkey, absolute, jasmine, sambic, absolute. See what I mean? Like they're trying to make it all damn fancy. There's no need. And then in the base, it has sandalwood, and then a couple things that say or purr, which I've never heard of in my life. So moving on, golden amber, and musk. And this perfume, the way that it sits on the body is just very sweet and clean, but you do get a little bit of that musk that comes through for this one. This is probably the only perfume I have where I'm like, okay, slight musk. There is a slight musk, but it's so well complemented by all the sweetness in here. And what I really love about this is the mixture in the top notes of the peach and the rose. I think that those two together feed a very sweet floral scent that really, it takes the musky smell, and I think without the musk, I think it'd be way too sweet, but that musk just cuts it right in the middle, and it helps bring it down. So you, again, you don't really pick up on the musk, but I can tell that that's what helps take this whole smell and bring it down and make it livable. But that peach, and I hate the smell of peaches, for the record. I love the smell of roses, but like peach is not my jam. But peach almost has like a bitter tone to it that really, I think, complements the roses in here. I love this. This is also a very nice everyday perfume for me. I love to wear it. I love it. I think it smells so unique to what it is. And I actually, just as a side note, I do have actually I have three other Kim K fragrances. I have the gardenia one, which I believe my mom currently has because she loves gardenia. And I have the vibe and cherry as well. And I love the smells of these, but I really love her packaging. I love her presentation and how she brings her vision all the way through, whether it's her or her team, I don't care. But I really love that. And I've told you guys this multiple times. When I look at a product, I don't try to look at the brand. I don't try to look at the people. I don't care about any of that. I try to look at the product itself. Is it nice? Do I like it? And what do I like about it? And I gotta be honest, you guys, I really like the products. I love the smell of them. I think they last really well. And I just love the presentation. And if you're someone that really displays your stuff, her stuff will always, I mean, come on, this is a showstopper. Like this'll get you talking, right? Come on. So this next one, again, love it so much. This is the Dolce Gabbana Rosa Excelsa, okay? I don't know. This one is the 1.6 ounce. It is a $94, and this is so amazing. Now, the original, oh my God, the original Dolce & Gabbana perfume I am obsessed with, the cult classic original. I believe it has the yellow rose on top. I love that one so much. I wore it for literally like a year straight. It's so good. I think I've been through like 2 bottles of it, and when I went to repurchase it, I was like, you know what? I want to smell their other ones. And I actually chose this one because it smells so similar. So similar to the iconic Dolce & Gabbana one, but with an undertone of rose, and that is why I picked it up. I think that like slight subtle difference, smells so good. Now, some people do think that the Dolce & Gabbana fragrances, these ones in specific, do smell a little bit like an older lady, or that they carry that like powdery smell with them. I do not find them that when I wear these, I smell sophisticated. I smell lighthearted, and these are a very nice buildable scent. You can put them on kind of like a foundation, how you have some that are like really light coverage, but you can build them up to full. This is a light fragrance that if you put on like one squirt, you're going to smell very light, rosy scented. You're going to just smell light overall, but still have like that nice sweetness going on. But if you put on 2 or 3 more squirts, you're going to smell like, wow, I'm intense, I'm a bad bitch, and it'll dissipate a lot nicer throughout the day. And instead of having that light smell at the beginning, it'll wear down to that by the end of the day, and you'll just smell nice and light and airy, and it's a really, really nice fragrance. On the website, it says that this is fragrance notes are African dog rose, Turkish rose, Turkish rose absolute, cashmere, and sandalwood. And again, sandalwood, I feel like we throw that in everything just to give it that earth flavor, which these definitely do have that undertone to it. But more than anything, what you get is a beautiful mixture of that rose and cedar wood. Like, it comes together, but there's that sweetness in there that just makes it so nice. Like, this is definitely, by no stretch of the imagination, one of my sweeter perfumes. It is probably somewhere in the middle to bottom of the sweetness scale, but I love it because as you wear it, it almost like mixes with my body smells, or like my natural chemistry. I don't know if that's, like I said, I don't know if that's a thing. I think it is. But it mixes with my natural scent, and it becomes slightly sweeter, and it just becomes this very wearable, earthy kind of fragrance that's not earthy in the I smell like dirt way, but earthy, that sounded nice, but earthy in like the sweet, airy, earthy kind of way. And it's such a great scent. If you love the original Dolce & Gabbana, definitely check this out. And if you don't love rose, but you think you could love this one, check out the original Dolce & Gabbana, because I'm telling you, it is so good. Now, this next one also does say that it is sold out on the Ulta website, and I don't know if they still make it or not, but apparently I better find out, because I am down to like literally nothing left in here. Like there's a 1/10 of the bottle left. This is so good. This is by Philosophy, and I have 2 different ones by Philosophy that I'm going to talk about now, because I love them so much. Philosophy for me is one of those smells that it's very nice and light and airy, but it's just so summery. Oh my God, this I love this. I'm gonna be on a mission now to try and find this damn thing somewhere else, because God, does this smell good. Okay, so in the details here, they don't have like top notes or anything. It says that it is a oh my God, it says limited edition fragrance. No! Oh, I'm pissed. Okay, I'm gonna find it. By the spirit of a beautiful summer day, it's a warm breeze on your face, a whisper in your ear as it beckons you toward the sunshine. Soak in the carefree warmth as each ray of sunlight makes you feel pure, whole, and new again. This is freedom. This is grace, because when your heart is filled with grace, every day feels like summer. You guys, this smells like suntan lotion and the beach. Like, they are one. Everything I just said, if you like close your eyes and you hear it, you're just like, yep, that's this perfume. It smells like the perfect summer perfume. I wore this all summer last year. It is body butter. It is bronzer. It is kind of like the Physicians Formula bronzer, kind of like that. Like, we're going in that, like, that realm for skincare smell. And it smells so clean and crisp, and you can, I swear to God, you can smell the sun. I love this so much, but I'm not going to talk about it because evidently it was limited edition. We're going to put that down. Let's talk about this one. Hopefully this one I think should be in stock. Hopefully. Yes, this one is in stock. It is 2 fluid ounces, $49, which is, I guess, not a bad price point compared to some of the ones we've looked at today. My God. And this is the Philosophy Amazing Grace in Ballet Rose. And I love this because this smells like rose and peony and a frickin' garden. You smell like, if you love that true scent of rose, peony, that esque scent, that a real flower, like you're sticking your nose in a flower, this is it. Whereas the Dolce & Gabbana one was like Dolce & Gabbana with a splash of rose. No, this is like a splash of damn fucking, my face is in motorboating a whole pool of flowers. That is this. Now on the website, it says that the top note is sparkling lychee, I don't know, I don't care. Mid is delicate rose and peony. Yes. Then it says dry. I don't know why the bottom tier is now dry, but it says woods and sheer ballet pink musk. And this to me, I'm sorry, I disagree with everything. It smells like roses and peonies. Very peony-esque, like you think you're sticking your face in that big fluffy peony flower, but This is the most true to flower smell that I've ever had. Like, I love Kim K's gardenia. It does smell like a gardenia, but this one, like, if you close your eyes, you're huffing a flower. There's no way around it. It smells so good. The sweet floral scent on this is amazing, and it is such a, yet again, a nice buildable fragrance. You can put it on, and you can put it on for like a nice, like, little 1-2 kind of moment. You want to smell light floral on like a nice summer day kind of situation, or you want to go out, put like a nice little dollop of it behind both ears kind of thing, and maybe spray your chest, and you're gonna smell that all night long. You're gonna feel sophisticated, not overpowering, not too sweet, not too much of anything. You're just going to smell very nice and natural and flowery. And I think that in the world of like perfumes and created scents, this is such a difficult smell to master. Kind of like when we go, or rather when I go, but I take you guys with me to TJ Maxx or Marshall's or whatever, and I want to smell candles, how I'll say, holy shit, this smells like the real deal. It is so difficult to master, and this is just like they've done it. If you love natural smelling scents, not natural in the sense of like, oh, I want to smell like sweat, I want to smell like dirt, but natural as far as they don't smell created, they don't smell too sweet, too this, too that, they just smell exactly like they're supposed to smell, and you love like that more natural scent line, definitely check out Philosophy, because you get the perk of the perfume, whereas like they do smell exactly like what they envisioned. This one, it is Pure Grace Summer, and I'm telling you, it smells like summer. This one is Ballet Rose, and it smells like rose flower. It smells very true to what it is. So I definitely love and recommend the Philosophy ones. They don't last as long on you as I would like the scent doesn't linger as long, but they are absolutely amazing and definitely worth checking out. They're so good. Now, last but certainly not least, we have Ralph Lauren Romance, and this is the 3.4 ounce bottle. It is $96. Wow. And off of the Ulta website, the top note is Sun Goddess Rose, Yellow Freesia, and Ginger. The heart is Lotus Flower, Night Blooming Daylily, and White Violet. And then the base is Skin Musk 2000, Patchouli, and Oak Moss. Now, with this one, the patchouli does come through, and patchouli is not my favorite scent by any stretch of the imagination. It kind of like makes me gag a little bit, but I love that they paired it with the daylily, the violet, and that rose. They paired it with a lot of very sweet scents, and patchouli is like a very, to me, see my nose, because I don't really like it, it's a lot more of like a bitter, robust kind of scent, and you can tell by my face, I'm just like, oh my god. But when they mix it with those other kind of flowery smells, they took a smell that's so commonly associated with just like and they elevate it to where it's like very nice, everyday, still on that musky side, but it gives you a floral combination. So if you really like that juxtaposition of scents, this is yet again probably one of only 3 flavors that I would say is very different to this own direction. Like I don't think I have anything really that is like super patchouli based, and this one, it definitely does come through as a base, but it's not overpowering. And I love that about it so much. I think that Ralph Lauren Romance is a great smell if you are looking for something different. If you don't want just another sweet, fruity smell, if you don't want just another, like it's not like anything else that I've smelled today. And if you're not a fan of that, or you just want to try something else, definitely give this one a huff next time you go. The one thing I will caution you on is that when you're wearing this, you'll see that there's only this much missing. And I've owned this bottle for such a long time. The key with this one, less is definitely more. You put on more, you start to get a lot more of that patchouli base coming through, and that's just like not my jam. If you like that, then you know, go ham, go for it. But what I find is that the less of this I put on, the more balanced it stays on my skin throughout the day, and just overall the more wearable it is. And I really do love this. More of an everyday scent, not something that I put on and I'm like, ooh, I feel a certain way, but something that when I put it on, I feel complete, I feel clean, fresh, but I still feel like I've got a little something else going on, you know what I mean? And you guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that you loved it. I know that it is a long one, and you know what? I'd like to say I'm sorry, but I'm not, because I love perfumes. I think these are so amazing and so good. And I don't even know how many I just went through, like what, 10, 12, like 13 perfumes, something like that, somewhere between 10 to 15 perfumes. And these are my diehards. I love them so much. And I hope that even if you don't love these ones necessarily, that maybe I gave you a little bit extra info, you know what to go, what section to go shop at, maybe something new to check out. I'm all about that. And I know that a lot of you have actually asked about my perfume collections. So I want to know down below, are you guys interested in this kind of thing? Like my favorite perfumes, my favorite face masks, my favorites, like face like moisturizers or serums or stuff like that. Are you guys into that? Because if so, I could do like a whole favorites kind of series, I guess, where I go through and it's just like a sit down, chill, talk through video where we talk about, again, my favorites, what they are. They're just really chill, sit down and talk with me kind of things. Nothing too exciting, no inserts, nothing fun, but like kind of just fun to hang out and talk about them. And I love them so much. I think they're so good. So let me know what you guys love down below if you like these kind of videos. And definitely while you're down there, go check out my Instagram and my Twitter, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And do not forget to subscribe because of course I put up new videos Monday through Friday. They're nice and early too. I'm in Northern Michigan and they go up like right around 6 a.m. my time. So good and early and fresh. So let me know what you guys think down below. And please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, yes, NYX Butter Gloss and Creme Brulee. Ow, fuck. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Was that really slow? Did that sound really slow to anybody else? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is the 3.4. No, this is not. This is the 1.7 ounce, right? Dude, I didn't even... Wait, how is this 1.7? I didn't even know they made a 3.4. I thought I had the biggest one.